Good afternoon. It's a scorcher today. Beautiful sunlight outside though. I invited Guy to take a walk with me. He just wasn't into it today. I think he just wants to rest because it's Sunday. But even if he did walk with me, I don't think I'm probably going to film him just because I don't mind being filmed while I'm taking my walk doesn't mean he doesn't. And if I come along somebody and I'm about to talk to them, I'll pause the video then too. You know, this neighborhood has changed so much in the past 10 years. A lot of our neighbors are gone, except for the ones across the street. They've been around forever in this place, and we really like them. Met them when I think they were walking their dog. And do you think I can remember the dog's name? But they were walking her, and the Weisses were walking her in a little red wagon. I think it was Daisy, maybe. I think they still have a picture of her up. But Mom and Dad saw that, and I'm like, you know what? Those are our kind of people, and they were friends ever since. Such good friends, they even came to our wedding. If I remember correctly. Whew. Just thinking about all kinds of things today. Pretty much it's just kind of a stream of consciousness, you know, what's on my head and everything. Okay, this is interesting. Why don't we talk about boundaries? Because I've been working on that. I don't know if anybody else has had this problem. I don't know if it's really a problem or not. I'm really excited about my weight loss. And sometimes that upsets people that I talk a lot about it. I just feel like I've been given a second chance at life, and I'm just so grateful that sometimes it doesn't occur to me that not everybody everybody has their own issues with their body. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that totally loves their body 100%. I just don't. Although I gotta say, I'm grateful to my body for bringing me to almost 55 years. You know? I mean, it's done a good job of keeping me around, even when there were times I was determined not to take care of myself. But the thing is, I know that it's hard on some people, you know? And part of it is I'm so excited I want to join them in on it. Join friends and family in on it. And I'll say something stupid like, you know, hey, you look like you've lost weight, look great. Well, those of you that were brought up in the 70s would know that a lot of times if you tell somebody they've lost weight and that how super they look, that used to be a great compliment. A lot of times if I got praise for my appearance was for losing weight. It's just kind of a big deal with them, my weight. It was a constant issue. And so sometimes I will mention stuff to people, not realizing that, you know, they're feeling rather sensitive about it. I don't even mean to be poking at them. I don't know if you all have been, anybody else has been on this kind of journey or another kind of journey, but you certainly don't want others to wind up with the issues that you have. At least I would hope not. One thing about losing a lot of weight is that you wind up with something called body dysmorphia. Although I think I probably had it even before I lost weight because I'd see myself as smaller too. But honestly, in my head, I will always be that little fat girl. Just like Monica and Friends. You're always going to be that little fat girl Therefore, if you follow that logic, of course I wouldn't want somebody else to carry that around. That's a big load to carry. You know, sometimes people are feeling so sensitive that they think I've insulted them, and I really didn't. You know, young ladies out there, I remember being your age, and it's very sad when you're that young. I mean, I know you're adults and all that, and I don't mean to insult, but a lot of times you don't realize how beautiful you are until you've aged quite a bit. I mean, I can remember going through my teens and just being disgusted how I look. And I look at myself now in those pictures and I'm like, you know, I was beautiful and I didn't even appreciate it. And a lot of times if I compliment people, it's because I want them to know that they have something about themselves that they can appreciate and they can love. In any case, I did talk to my therapist about it. You know, I'm probably not going to stop talking about how happy I am, simply because, you know, that's my boundary as long as I don't, you know, include anybody else in on it. Now, probably, I'm assuming I'm going to need to stop asking if people have lost weight, even if I see it as a compliment. It's just going to have to happen. Yeah, I've been through everything in my weight loss journey, from trying to be happy, overweight, to working as hard as I can to lose weight. And this time it's kind of somewhere in between. I'm not in a hurry. And I got to tell you, for me, not being in a hurry was key. I pretty much had to change things one thing at a time, and to just appreciate what I could do as I lost weight again. Those of you who knew me on Facebook know that I used to be very angry and I didn't like myself very much. And I decided that just wasn't something I wanted to be anymore. And honestly, the weight loss has really helped with that. It doesn't mean that everything's all perfect and, you know, unicorn farts and rainbows, because it isn't. I'm just happy that the way things have turned out. I mean, I've got all kinds of crappy days just like everybody else. I'm never going to have a perfect body. One of the things I learned from Weight Watchers is you're never going to have the perfect body. And things aren't going to be perfect when you lose weight. It's just the way it is. But, I mean, like, if you lost weight, like, for instance, I'm apple-shaped and I have big boobs. Well, the more I lose weight, I'm still apple-shaped and my boobs are still big. It's just the way it is. And yeah, I've thought about breast reduction, but it just sounds like it's not really a good option for me. I talked to a guy about it. He said that I had a hard time waking up out of surgeries other times, and it scared him, and he just didn't like the idea. But also, I did talk to my female care doctor or whatever, nurse practitioner, and she said that guy was probably right, that, you know, if I'm having trouble breathing, it really wouldn't be a good idea to do that just for a breast reduction. So, and I've had in-laws tell me, you know, how, you know, there were coworkers that had a reduction and it just affected them terribly. And quite frankly, I think if somebody is that brave enough to give me their opinion about that and they care that much about me, then I at least owe it to them to listen and consider what they have to say. You know? And that doesn't just include guys, that includes family members and, you know, people who are very, very close to me. But I guess what was explained to me is, I don't necessarily have to stop being happy about my weight loss or even stop talking about it, because that's part of my boundary in being happy. But including others in it saying, hey, have you lost weight? You look fantastic. It's just not going to work anymore. It's just not acceptable, I guess. I probably grew up with people always encouraging me to diet, and that's probably part of it. It's hot out today, but it isn't too bad. Just love this neighborhood. Love this neighborhood since we moved in here. When I was 10 years old, I was looking forward to actually getting air conditioning in the house for the first time. And not just air conditioning like in a window unit, but all over the place. It's just beautiful today. We're going to probably take a break today. I thought about going out to get peaches, and I'm like, why don't we just kind of relax for the day? I tell you what, though, I'm so glad that I'm doing better, that I'm not where I was. I mean, I know there are people that are mad at me for losing weight for one reason or another. And honestly, what other people think, it's not my business. But, at the same time, these same people, would you want me to go around not being able to breathe, not being able to walk, incredibly unhappy with myself, not liking myself very much, and probably not liking the world very much? I don't know. Although the thing is, I think sometimes when there are arguments like this, it's really not about me. It's what's going on in people's heads, And I have to try to remember that things are not always my fault. And unfortunately, because I am an over-apologizer, I'll apologize to people, and there are people that think, because I always think it's my fault, it must be, and so they all want to dump everything on me. And, I'm trying to deal with my own over-apologizing, and somebody trying to get me to be worse. No, that's just not going to work. As you get older, sometimes there are just people, as you change your life and everything, they're just going to fall by the wayside. And it happens. There are people who are friends for a season, friends for a reason. And I think there are even some people, not family members or anything right now, but there are some people that just, they wanted me sick. I guess it made them feel good when I was sick. And I guess that's why we have friends for a season and friends for a reason, I have friends that I've had since I was 18 years old on the bus, and that's cool. And then we've broken up with friends that, I was friends for years with, and it's just not going to work. I don't know, sometimes I really think that people have the attitude of, that's fabulous that you lost weight, but, I didn't want you to do better than me. And, the sad thing is, I would have wanted to support them if they, in fact, I think I probably did try to support them when they were trying to lose weight. But then that's another lesson. You really shouldn't expect people to do for you what you do for them. It just isn't going to work. In any case, I'm done with my walk. I hope you guys have a lovely Sunday, and I'll talk to you later.